Some black women are so rich, their spending feels like something out of a movie. One owns a yacht worth $500 million, and that's still not her wildest purchase. We're talking gold-plated supercars, luxury mansions in the world's most expensive cities, and even entire towns bought just because they could. These are the 10 richest black women in the world. Think you can guess who made the list? Number 10. Beyonce. Beyonce has turned her music career into a money-making empire. By June of 2025, Forbes estimated her net worth at about $780 million, built from chart-topping albums, record-breaking tours, smart brand deals, and ownership through her company, Parkwood Entertainment. Her 2023 Renaissance World Tour alone pulled in roughly $579.8 million in ticket sales, making it one of the highest-grossing tours of all time and the biggest payday of her career. With film projects and brand income tied to that tour, the cash flow didn't stop when the music did. Her business moves stretch well beyond the stage. She co-founded the vegan meal company 22 Days Nutrition with her trainer, Marco Borges, turning her wellness push into a steady stream of income. In 2025, she scaled her hair care brand, Grede, into more than 1,400 Ulta beauty stores nationwide. It was the retailer's largest exclusive hair launch, and because she self-funded the brand, she kept full control while adding a major retail channel to her portfolio. Her real estate holdings are just as headline-grabbing. In May of 2023, Beyonce and Jay-Z broke California records with a $200 million purchase in Malibu's Paradise Cove. Designed by Tadao Ando, the concrete compound sits on rare oceanfront land in an area nicknamed Billionaires Bluff, home to some of the wealthiest and most private estates in the country. Their Los Angeles base is equally over the top. An $88 million Bel Air estate spread across 6 structures, offering about 30,000 square feet indoors, 4 outdoor pools, spa and wellness facilities, bulletproof windows and pocketing glass walls. Public records show they originally financed it with a $52.8 million mortgage, leveraging low-cost debt so more of their cash could be invested elsewhere. The portfolio also includes a $26 million, 12,000 square foot East Hampton mansion on Georgica Pond, with 203 feet of waterfront, plus a Tribeca penthouse Jay-Z bought in 2004 for $6.85 million, where the couple later married. In New Orleans, they once owned a 13,300 square foot former church, listed in 2021 for $4.45 million through an LLC tied to Parkwood. Their purchases often double as statement pieces. For Jay-Z's 41st birthday, Beyonce reportedly gifted him a $2 million Bugatti Veyron Grand Sport that can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 2.5 seconds. For Father's Day in 2012, she is said to have surprised him with a Bombardier Challenger 850 private jet, worth around $40 million. Even her engagement ring makes headlines, a Lorraine Schwartz creation estimated at about $5 million, featuring a 24-carat emerald-cut diamond that remains one of the most famous celebrity rings in the world. Number 9. Rihanna. Rihanna has turned her voice, style, and business instincts into a billion-dollar fortune. By June of 2025, Forbes estimated her net worth at about $1 billion, and most of it doesn't come from touring. Her biggest moneymaker is Fenty Beauty, the cosmetics line she co-owns with LVMH. She holds a 50% stake, which is why the brand's steady global success is such a huge driver of her wealth. In 2024, she expanded the empire with Fenty Hair, applying the same formula, solving real problems and scale fast, to everyday hair care. The path to that success is simple but sharp. Fenty Beauty launched in 2017 with an inclusive shade range that shook up the beauty industry and became a sales juggernaut through Sephora and direct-to-consumer channels. On the fashion front, her lingerie brand Savage X Fenty hit a $1 billion valuation after a 2021 funding round. Forbes has consistently estimated her stake at around 30%, making it another major piece of her net worth. Music, films, and partnerships with brands like Puma and Dior add to her earnings, but beauty and lingerie remain the backbone of her fortune. Her real estate portfolio shows exactly how that money moves. In Beverly Hills, she bought a 7,600 square foot modern farmhouse for about $13.8 million in 2021, then picked up the house next door for $10 million just 3 months later. In 2023, she sold another Beverly Hills property for $10.295 million. That same year, she purchased a 41st floor penthouse at the Century in Los Angeles, 9,290 square feet, 4 bedrooms and massive balconies, for roughly $21 million. She listed it for just under $25 million in 2024 and closed a sale in 2025. Back in Barbados, she reportedly bought a 10,000 square foot villa at 1 Sandy Lane for about $22 million, complete with resort-style amenities and direct beach access. She knows how to enjoy it too. When she wanted total privacy to work, she rented all of Osea Island in England, an entire private island, for about $25,000 per day. It came with its own studio setups and staff, so she could record without distractions. While she occasionally makes headlines for her cars, the bigger pattern is clear: buy prime properties, sell at the right time, and keep the cash flowing from brands that never stop selling. That's the blueprint she's used to turn star power into lasting, self-made wealth. Number 8. Dr. Iman Abu Zeid. Dr. Iman Abu Zeid is a trained medical doctor who stepped away from the hospital career path, learned the business side of healthcare, and built a company that delivers measurable results. She earned her medical degree from University College London, followed it with an MBA from Wharton, and refined her operations skills in consulting before moving into the startup world. In 2017, she teamed up with engineer Rome Portlock to launch Incredible Health, targeting a serious problem. Hospitals were taking months to hire nurses, and nurses were struggling to find the right jobs. Their approach flipped the usual process. Instead of nurses chasing hospitals, the platform lets hospitals apply directly to nurses. With AI-powered matching and credentials verified ahead of time, hiring speeds up dramatically. Today, roughly 1 million nurses and more than 1,500 hospital locations across the United States use Incredible Health. Many health systems now cut their time to hire to about 20 days. That speed matters. Every unfilled nursing shift costs money and strains patient care. According to Incredible Health, filling permanent positions more quickly can save an average hospital around $5 million each year, while also improving retention by matching the right people to the right roles. Those are hard, verifiable numbers, which is why so many major health systems have signed on. Investors noticed early. In 2019, Andreessen Horowitz led a $15 million Series A round to help the company grow. Then, in August 2022, Base 10 Partners led an $80 million funding round at a valuation of $1.65 billion, with Kaiser Permanente, one of their major customers, also investing. That milestone made Incredible Health a unicorn. placing it among the rare group of private startups valued at over $1 billion. That valuation underpins Abu Zeid's personal wealth. Forbes estimates her net worth at about $350 million, ranking her among America's richest self-made women under 40. Time also recognized her as one of the few women of color leading a billion-dollar health tech company. By 2024, the momentum only increased. New product updates made hiring even faster, and the platform achieved nationwide reach while staying focused on permanent jobs rather than temporary contracts. The mission remained clear: streamline hiring so nurses can work where they're needed most, and patients receive better staffed care. Number 7. Serena Williams. Serena Williams turned her dominance on the tennis court into a powerhouse business empire. By June of 2025, Forbes estimated her net worth at about $350 million, built on a mix of record-breaking prize money, major brand endorsements, smart investments, and ownership stakes in pro sports teams. Her tennis career alone set records. When she retired in 2022, she held the all-time prize money record for women's sports, $94,816,730, straight from the WTA's official books. For over 2 decades, she was also one of the most in-demand athletes for sponsorships, working with Nike, Gatorade, JP Morgan Chase, Beats by Dre, Wilson, Audemars Piguet, and more. In 2024, she launched her own cosmetics line, Win Beauty. These endorsement and licensing deals kept her among the world's highest-paid athletes long after she started playing fewer tournaments. Serena also made moves that most athletes never touch: team ownership. In 2009, she and her sister Venus became the first Black women to own a stake in an NFL team when they bought into the Miami Dolphins. In 2023, Serena, Venus, and Alexis Ohanian co-founded the Los Angeles Golf Club, the very first franchise in Tiger Woods, and Rory McIlroy's new tech-driven TGL League. Then, in March of 2025, she joined the ownership group for the WNBA's Toronto Tempo, set to debut in 2026. Her biggest financial engine now is Serena Ventures, the investment firm she launched to back underrepresented founders. In 2022, it closed its first fund at $111 million. The portfolio includes billion-dollar companies like Masterclass, Impossible Foods, and Noom. And by 2024, she had backed more than a dozen unicorns. Equity in those businesses is a major part of her post-tennis wealth. And yes, she's had her share of high-end property deals. In late 2017, Serena bought a 6,000-square-foot Spanish-style home in a gated Beverly Hills community for about $6.68 million, later listing it for $7.5 million. Before that, she owned a Bel Air estate she bought for roughly $6.62 million and sold in 2019 for $8.1 million. In Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, she picked up a mansion in 2015 for $2.5 million and sold it 5 years later for $2.775 million. In 2020, she purchased a property in Jupiter, Florida for about $8 million with plans to rebuild. Her garage is equally impressive. She owns a Mini Cooper S worth around $25,000, a Lincoln Navigator at about $80,000, a Lincoln Continental Coach Door Edition valued near $120,000, a Bentley Continental GT priced around $180,000, and an Aston Martin Vanquish costing about $300,000. Each choice balances performance, style, and statement, just like every other move she makes. Number 6. Emma Grede. Emma Grede has a gift for spotting where fashion is falling short. and turning those gaps into gold. She co-founded Good American with Khloe Kardashian and is a founding partner of Skims alongside Kim Kardashian and Jens Grede. As of June 2025, Forbes estimates her net worth at about $405 million, built through equity stakes and years of consistent brand growth. Good American debuted in 2016 and came out swinging with about $1 million in first-day sales. From the start, the brand stood out by offering every core style in sizes 00 through 32, making it one of the most inclusive denim lines on the market. Then came Always Fits, a flexible denim that adjusts to cover 4 sizes in one pair, a game-changer for fit and comfort. In 2024, Good American launched a dedicated petite range, and by 2025, it had expanded into Macy's stores nationwide. This combination of inclusive design and wide retail reach has kept sales strong long after the hype of launch day. Skims took things even higher. The shapewear and apparel brand reached a valuation of $4 billion in July 2023 and pulled in around $1 billion in net sales by 2024. Skims also inked a multi-year deal to become the official underwear partner of the NBA, WNBA, and USA Basketball. Jens Grede runs the company as CEO, but Emma's role as a founding partner helped shape both the products and the market strategy. The success of Skims and her stake in it remains one of the biggest drivers of her wealth. Her winning streak didn't start with clothing. Back in 2008, Emma founded ITB Worldwide, a talent and brand partnership agency that connected celebrities with big-name companies. Rogers & Cowan later acquired the agency, giving her an early founder exit and valuable expertise in celebrity-driven marketing, skills she would later put to use, building global fashion brands. She also broke new ground as the first Black woman investor on ABC's Shark Tank and chairs the 15% Pledge, which has directed nearly $14 billion toward Black-owned businesses. Her real estate portfolio is just as headline-worthy. In 2022, she and Jens bought Brad Pitt's former Malibu bluff-top home for about $45 million. They also own a Bel Air property reportedly worth around $24 million and previously listed a London townhouse at about $6.7 million. Architectural Digest later toured the Malibu home, highlighting its mid-century charm and sweeping ocean views. Number 5. Hajia Bola Shagaya. Hajia Bola Shagaya built her fortune by growing real businesses, not chasing headlines. By 2024 to 2025, multiple Nigerian outlets put her net worth at around $950 million, making her one of the richest women in Africa. She started out as an auditor at the Central Bank of Nigeria, but saw an opening in the consumer tech space in the 1980s. She began importing Konica photographic materials and later launched PhotoFair, a chain of photo labs that expanded to over 30 locations across Nigeria. That steady income gave her the capital to take on much bigger ventures. Her biggest money moves came in oil and real estate. By the mid-2000s, she was leading Practoil Limited, now one of Nigeria's largest importers and distributors of base oil for lubricant blending plants. In 2011, she launched Voyage Oil and Gas to trade crude oil and refined products. She then used those profits to build a substantial property portfolio under Bolmus Group International, focusing on high-end developments and prime real estate across major Nigerian cities. Her influence in finance grew too, serving on the board of Unity Bank, formerly Intercity Bank, giving her a direct seat inside Nigeria's banking system. Her homes are in some of Nigeria's most exclusive neighborhoods, including Ikoyi and Victoria Island in Lagos, Maitama, and Asokoro in Abuja, and her hometown of Ilorin. To put that into perspective, by July of 2025, the average asking price for a house in Maitama was about 1.44 billion naira, while properties in Ikoyi were commonly listed around 1.5 billion naira, easily running into multi-million-dollar territory depending on exchange rates. She has also been linked to prime central London properties, a favorite spot for ultra-wealthy Nigerian buyers. Her taste in cars matches the rest of her portfolio. At her son Sharif's Lagos wedding in November of 2010, she arrived in a Rolls-Royce Phantom and reportedly gifted the newlyweds another brand-new Phantom, worth about $380,000 at the time. It was one of those unmistakable "we made it" moments. She is also known for giving back. Shagaya has funded civic and community projects, including a 10 million naira donation to the Ilorin Emirate Descendants Progressive Union Initiative. Her contributions have earned her national recognition, such as being named a member of the Order of the Niger and receiving the National Productivity Order of Merit. Alongside her philanthropy, she has long supported Nigeria's fashion and sports industries, keeping her influence visible well beyond boardrooms and investment deals. This balance of sharp business instincts, smart asset building, and high-profile generosity is what keeps her at the top. Number 4. Fawn Weaver. Fawn Weaver is the entrepreneur who turned a nearly forgotten whiskey story into a billion-dollar brand. By August of 2025, Forbes estimated her net worth at about $480 million, powered mainly by her stake in Uncle Nearest, the Tennessee whiskey company she built from scratch into a unicorn worth around $1.1 billion, all without relying on traditional venture capital. It started in 2016, when Weaver began researching Nathan Nearest Green, the formerly enslaved master distiller who taught Jack Daniel. A year later, she launched Uncle Nearest with a focus on top-tier quality, a powerful brand story, and aggressive distribution. By 2024, the company projected $100 million in annual revenue, making it one of the fastest-growing American whiskey brands in the country. Forbes reports she owns roughly 40% of the business, enough to place her firmly on the list of America's richest self-made women. Her investments in the brand go far beyond marketing. The Nearest Green Distillery in Shelbyville, Tennessee, spans about 458 acres, developed in stages with a total budget of around $50 million. It is more than a tourist stop. It's a full-scale destination with rickhouses for aging whiskey, production facilities, and a welcoming visitor experience. In July of 2021, Uncle Nearest bought another 53.12 acres along Highway 231 for $2.1 million to expand. By 2023, the distillery footprint had grown past 432 acres, making the Weavers some of the largest black landowners in Tennessee. One of the property's main attractions is Humble Baron, certified by Guinness World Records as the longest permanent bar in the world at 518 feet. It has 17 service stations and more than 200 seats, drawing crowds just for the experience. Weaver also took Uncle Nearest overseas. In 2023, the brand became the largest Grand Champagne vineyard owner in Cognac, France, by acquiring the historic Domaine Saint-Martin estate. The property spans more than 100 acres, includes a chateau, and sits on prime riverfront land in the most prestigious Cognac Cru. Her vision also extends to helping others. She created a $50 million venture fund to invest in diverse founders in the spirits industry, showing she's as committed to building opportunities as she is to building her own empire. On the personal side, public records show that in 2023, Fawn and her husband purchased a home in Edgartown on Martha's Vineyard for about $2.3 million, using it to host brand events during the summer season. Every move she makes ties back to growth, ownership, and legacy. Number 3. Folaruno Alakaja. Folaruno Alakaja built her fortune by striking oil and making sure she kept it. She is the vice chair of FAMFA Oil, and, depending on where oil prices sit, her net worth is about $1 billion. In 2020, Forbes put her right at the billion-dollar mark, then noted she dipped slightly below it in 2021, when crude prices slumped. Today, her wealth still moves with the energy markets. Her big break came in the 1990s, when FAMFA won rights to a deep offshore block known as OPL 216, later renamed OML 127. She brought in Texaco's Star Deepwater as a partner in 1996 and Petrobras in 1998, while FAMFA kept the majority stake. That block holds part of the Agbami field, one of Nigeria's largest deepwater oil fields, which began production in July of 2008 and ramped up to around 250,000 barrels per day at its peak. Current records from Nigeria's regulator show FAMFA holds 60%, Star Deep 32%, and Prime 127, a joint venture with Africa Oil, holds 8%. When oil prices are high, that ownership generates enormous cash flow. Keeping that stake was not easy. In a lengthy legal fight over the government's attempt to take a back-in interest, Nigeria's Supreme Court ruled in her favor between 2009 and 2012, securing FAMFA's rights in OML 127. Her real estate portfolio shows she invests on a grand scale. In London, land registry records reviewed by Vanity Fair show 5 apartments in the ultra-exclusive One Hyde Park, held through Isle of Man companies under her Rose of Sharon name. Together, they cost about $123 million. The building is famous for bulletproof glass, top-tier concierge service, and private amenities reserved only for residents. In Lagos, she developed the Rose of Sharon Tower on Victoria Island, a 12-story mixed-use building built by Julius Berger. It faces the Atlantic, combines offices with luxury apartments, and cost an estimated $102 million to complete. Through her company Dayspring Property, she also controls other major developments, including FAMFA's head office tower on Alfred Rewain Road in Ikoyi. Number 2. Sheila Johnson. Sheila Johnson built her billion-dollar fortune by owning valuable assets and reinvesting the gains. As of August 2025, Forbes estimates her net worth at about $1.1 billion, fueled mainly by cable television and luxury hotels. She co-founded BET in 1979 and struck gold when Viacom agreed to buy the network for roughly $2.3 billion in stock in late 2000. The deal closed in 2001, giving her the liquidity she later used to build a high-end hospitality group. Her signature move was transforming Virginia's horse country into a luxury destination. She developed the Salamander Resort and Spa in Middleburg, set on 340 acres with 168 rooms at a reported project cost of about $170 million. Standard room rates started in the mid-400s per night, while top suites could reach around $3,500. The resort's success led to the residences at Salamander, 49 custom homes starting near $2 million, later selling in tiers from about $2.7 million to $3.6 million, depending on location within the community. From there, she began adding trophy properties. In 2007, her Salamander Group bought the 900-acre Innisbrook Resort near Tampa, home to the PGA Tour's Copperhead course, for about $35 million. The property features 4 golf courses and roughly 65,000 square feet of meeting space. In Washington, D.C., the former Mandarin Oriental Hotel sold to Henderson Park in 2022 for about $140 million. Salamander took over management, rebranded it as Salamander Washington, D.C., and began major renovations. In 2025, Salamander expanded into South Florida when Henderson Park acquired the PGA National Resort after a $100 million renovation, adding another blue-chip golf address to the portfolio. She's also active in trading personal real estate. In 2023, Johnson sold her 14.2-acre equestrian estate in Wellington, Florida, complete with barns and a jumping field, for about $21.7 million. In 2025, she sold the Middleburg property that once housed her Market Salamander concept for roughly $2.23 million, freeing capital for larger ventures. Her reach extends into pro sports as well. Through Monumental Sports and Entertainment, Johnson is a principal shareholder in the WNBA's Washington Mystics, the NBA's Washington Wizards, and the NHL's Washington Capitals. Every move ties back to her core playbook: buy, grow, and reinvest at the highest level. Number 1. Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey built a media empire and then crafted a lifestyle to match it. By August of 2025, reliable estimates placed her net worth between $3 billion and $3.1 billion, making her the richest black woman in entertainment. She got there by owning her work. Through Harpo Productions, she kept control of The Oprah Winfrey Show and the money it generated from syndication, then used that power to launch spin-offs, O Magazine, films, and radio projects. When she partnered with Discovery to launch Owen, she eventually turned most of her stake into publicly traded stock. First in 2017, when she took a $70 million cash deal, and again in 2020, when she swapped more equity for about $36 million in additional shares. She kept her role as CEO and creative lead, showing exactly how to turn control into lasting value. Her biggest real estate statement is in Montecito. In 2001, she paid around $50 million for a 42-acre estate she calls the Promised Land and kept expanding it. In 2015, she bought the 23.26-acre Seamare Farm next door for $28.85 million. Today, the combined property spans over 70 acres, with a roughly 23,000-square-foot main house and perfectly manicured grounds. She also knows when to sell, like in 2023, when she let go of a smaller Montecito ranch house off-market for about $14.3 million. Her holdings stretch far beyond California. In 2021, she sold a 43-acre Orcas Island retreat in Washington for $14 million, after buying it in 2018 for just over $8.275 million. In Colorado's Telluride area, she assembled about 60 acres and picked up a stunning home nearby for roughly $14 million in 2015. On Maui, she's been steadily adding land, including 4 parcels totaling about 870 acres in Kula for nearly $6.6 million in 2023, on top of earlier island purchases. Her transportation matches her properties: a Gulfstream G650 jet, with list prices often quoted in the mid-$60 million range, plus millions more spent customizing it. With a range of about 7,000 nautical miles, it's more like a flying mansion than a plane. Even her art turns into major profits. She bought Gustav Klimt's portrait of Adele Bloch-Bauer II in 2006 for $87.9 million, and reportedly sold it a decade later for $150 million, making over $60 million on a single painting. She keeps the business running at full speed. In 2018, she signed a high-profile content deal with Apple. After nearly 10 years on the Weight Watchers board, she stepped down in 2024 and donated her shares, ensuring her health advocacy work stays free from any financial conflicts. That's billionaire-level brand management. Thanks for watching. See you in our next video.